Hey guys, I'm Matt from Popcorn Review Movie Podcast, and I'm just a guy in front of a camera talking about movies. Today, I'm going to talk about the movie that is taking the box office by storm, the Super Mario Brothers movie. Let's get into it. So, I'm going to split this review into kind of like two parts, and the first part is going to be from a fan perspective or a fan standpoint, and then the second's gonna be from like a actual filmmaking standpoint. From a fan standpoint, it was great. It was great seeing the characters again. It was great seeing them do other things I saw them do in the games growing up. Like I those are the games I grew up on those games, so it was so nostalgic seeing that, especially the Mario Kart sequence. I always say in like a movie based on a game, the best part of the movie is when they actually do the game. That's a little foreshadowing for my filmmaking standpoint, but we're still in the fan standpoint, so let's stay on that. Also, I think it was really fun, and it felt more nostalgic and more like you were in the movie because I saw it in 4DX. And if anyone hasn't seen a movie in 4DX, it's like you're in the movie, you move around, you get water on you, you feel the wind and all that stuff, and for this type of movie, and this will kind of merge into the filmmaking standpoint, for this type of movie that's very simple, no story, you don't have to concentrate. It's a good one to do it with because it's a good one to see. It's a good movie to see in 4D because it's very distracting sometimes. So like, if you're seeing a movie for the first time, you're not gonna get everything. But with this movie, there really was no story, so you didn't have to worry about that. Which then leads me to the filmmaking standpoint, and it was okay, the movie, from a filmmaking standpoint. It had no story, pretty much almost virtually no story. It literally like was kind of like a cut scene sort of like in the games, which doesn't mean it's not fun. Like I just said, I had a great time. Doesn't mean it's not fun, but it's not great, if that makes sense. And like I said, I did think there was pretty much no story, but I did appreciate that they kind of made updates to the character. Like Peach wasn't just a damsel in distress. Like they actually gave her something to do. They gave everyone like was given something to do in the movie, which I appreciated. But besides that, the writing was nothing. So it's like it had a nice moment with the updates to the characters, but there was nothing to sink your teeth into with those updates. I thought the casting was just okay for this movie. Probably my favorites, if I had to pick some, were Jack Black's Bowser and Anya Taylor-Joy's Peach. They, I thought, did a good job. Everyone else, I feel like it was a little weird. Everyone else was a little weird, in my opinion. But once again, I was having fun from the fan perspective. So this is like, if I actually had to like break down the movie, this is what I would say, and I am saying I did have a good time with the movie, but it's just like these things. Now thinking about the movie and like kind of putting the fan service aside is what happens and like is what comes up. I do think they missed the opportunity with Mario's family. I like how they cast one of the like original Mario characters as his father, but I thought it would be really funny to cast like a lot of like famous Italian actors like Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Lorraine Bracco as like his family. I thought that would have been like a fun Easter egg and a fun thing to do for the movie. They didn't. Just my idea. Do you like that idea? I don't know. I might be the only person in the world that likes that idea, but I thought that would have been a great like joke that like was for like adults and not the kids. So this movie is making like stupid money at the box office and it's going crazy. Like it's making so much noise, which is great for movies. So when they do make the sequel, because I'm pretty sure they are, because I think it's gonna make like over 200 million in the first 5 days, which is wild because I think it's about to be almost like the number one movie of 2023. So when they make the sequel, because I know it's going to happen, I hope the story's better, and I kind of hope, I hope the jokes are better too. I don't know, just it's hard to judge this one because like, yes, like I said, I keep saying it's fun, but because of the fan service, not because of the movie. If that makes sense. I don't even know if that makes sense for myself. The movie was fun because of the fan service. You take the fan service out, it's not that great. But it's in there, so you can't really take it out. So then it's a very weird balance I'm like kind of like trying to wrap my head around. I hope when they come to the sequel, because they did tease a couple more characters. I won't say anything because I don't want this to be a spoiler review, but I do hope they turn this into like a weirdly like cinematic universe and like lead it to Super Smash Brothers. Because I've been reading stuff about that. I've been seeing people on like social media saying like that's what they should be doing, and I'm like, you know what? That's actually not a bad idea. They really should be. That should be the end game, and I think that would be such a fun movie. Because if you keep it just with this kind of like fun fan service vibe, which isn't an issue, like, you know, not all movies are Oscar movies, and some movies are designed just to have fun and like bring joy, and this one did. So like I think that'd be really fun to like continue that for a couple of years and bring it to Super Smash Brothers. Like that would be amazing, and like my inner kid would like love that. So that's my hopes for the sequel. Just, you know, keep having fun, but, you know, just make it just have a little better quality to it. That's all. But to sum it up, I'm going to combine the fan service and the filmmaking standpoint together because like you kind of have to for this movie. Like I said, you can't take one out or the other. And so with those two factors combined, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Like I said, it was fun. But if you take out the fan service, it's not that great. But you can't take out the fan service. And I've said that a couple times now in this review. So you're kind of in that middle ground, which is why it's like a middle number. Like I said, really excited for the sequel. Not going to lie, because I feel like they have so many things to pull from. So I'm excited to see what they do. Will the sequel have a better Rotten Tomatoes score? And will the sequel get even higher audiences scores? Can it do that? I don't know. We will have to see. But that'll be said. That is my review for the Super Mario Brothers movie. Did you like the movie? Are you excited for a sequel? What do you think about this box office phenomenon that is taking the world by storm? And I don't say that lightly. It is literally taking social media and like the internet by storm. So like there's just this conversation about Mario right now that I'm like kind of loving and like the chaos with it. So I gotta be honest, at first I didn't love the Peaches song, but the more I see it on social media, the more I'm whistling it and the more I'm humming it in my head. So kind of love it. Is it an Oscar contender? Interesting. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Cheers.